Hello cello players. In this video I'm going to be teaching you two new notes, or reviewing two notes for those of you who have gotten to them in string enrichment. And those notes are G and A. And then using those two new notes we're going to learn number 19, number 20, and number 21, which are on handouts that I gave out in class. And if you have lost them or forgot them at school over break, I also am putting them on Google Classroom. By the time you see this video, most likely they will already be there. So you should use those when you're practicing. So you have a way to practice them. You just have to go out and have to print them off of Classroom, possibly. But let's get started with the two new notes. For G, G is on the top space of the treble clef, the bass clef staff. Excuse me, it's on top space of the bass clef staff. No matter whether it's quarter note, half note, eighth note, whole note, as long as it's on that top space, it is a G. And I'll even write that in just to remind you. This is G. So, if you can see right here, there's a number 4 above the G. It reminds you to use 4 fingers on your D string to play that G. And we've done this in enrichment, and we've done this for some of the classes. We've gotten to this one already. Not everyone has quite gotten there. If you see here, I put a little mock diagram of your string. Each of these circles is one of the stickers on the string. So your first sticker right here, that's E. Your third sticker here, second sticker, but with the number 3 next to it, is your F sharp. Remember, you put 3 fingers down for that. These 3 fingers, because there's that little invisible imaginary sticker here where your middle finger goes, your second finger. And now, the third sticker that's on your instrument is your G, where you're going to put down 1, 2, 3, and 4. All your fingers except your thumb go down on the string for this one. If for whatever reason the third sticker, the sticker for G, has fallen off your instrument, or you never got it, whether you were absent or something like that, please let me know. And also remember that if you look over here at the ground at my cello, right here, that's your first sticker for E, imaginary sticker, F sharp. G would be right here. So your your pinky essentially just goes right next to that sticker. So you can use that as a reference at a minimum, if for whatever reason you don't have that sticker yet. Tell me next class and I will give you that sticker as well. So that's G. And now A, right here. As you can see, there's a 0 above it, which tells you that it is an open string. In cellos, you do have a string for A on your instrument. Here's your D string that we were just using to learn G. And now A, just open A string right there. So that's your fingerings for D and G, G and A. 1, 2, 3. That's your fingering for G. And then A is just the open string. Now, in addition to knowing the two new notes, G and A, the other thing that I want to do is teach you number 19, 20, and 21, which, like I said at the beginning of the video, is on that handout that I gave out last week, and also on Google Classroom, if you need to find it there. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to clap each exercise, and then I'm going to play it. Now, unfortunately, my cello bow needs to be replaced, so right now I'm trying to use a violin bow to play the cello. So we'll see how it goes. But I want to stress that you should always start learning it by plucking. So you can just focus on what these fingers are doing here, and then once those are comfortable, then you should bow. So I'll demonstrate it bowing to show you the final product, and then for number 21, I'll show you both plucked, pizzicato, and bowing, arco. So without further ado, here's the rhythms for number 19. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you have it. Now, we're going to lower the camera just slightly so that you can see what I'm doing with my hands and with my bow to the extent that's possible. At a minimum, I want you to be able to see the bow direction. Remember, start with the down bow, which is to your right, and then up bow would be pushing towards your left. So down bow is a pull, up bow is a push. But here is number 19, and remember the first note that we're starting with is G, So you need all 4 fingers down for it. I almost forgot to say, when you are playing a half note or a whole note, you want the bow to move the whole time. As opposed to starting and then stopping. For a half note or a whole note, move the bow the whole time. Here is number 19. Rest. There you go. That's number 19. And now, here's number 20 rhythmically. Again, the only notes you need for 19 and 20 are D, open D, E, first finger, F sharp, 3 fingers, and then G, 4 fingers. So here's number 20 rhythmically. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here it is played. Again, it might sound a little odd because I have to use a violin bow for this today, unfortunately. So it sounds thinner, not as full as it normally would with your cello bow. But use your cello bow the same way you would violin bow. With the same motions that I'm doing right now with the violin bow. So here is number 20 playing. Okay, as you can see, on long notes, my bow is moving the whole time. On the quarter notes, it's going back and forth. And we're always alternating down bow, up bow, down bow, up bow. Now, let's do number 21. I'll do it rhythmically once, and then I'm going to do it both plucked and plucked and bowed, so you can see both. So here is number 21. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me do it once plucked. Remember, now we're starting with A for this one because it's on the top line. So it's A. And it's your open A because I put a 0 over there for the fingering, which tells you open string. So open A to G. So you have to go back and forth between strings now. We're adding a little more complexity to it because we're progressing very well. So start with your A string. Normally I want you to pluck down by the bridge, but I'm going to pluck up here so you can see it better. So A string, oop. Do that one more time for you. So here, start on the A string. Here is number 21. 3, 4. So obviously we can't hold it out as well as you can see with the bow for the longer notes, but we're still counting in our head and we're keeping the rhythm going. Now, as you also might have noticed, when I was on the A string, I kept my fingers down for G on the D string, because you're only playing the A string, so you don't have to work. If your fingers are on another string, getting prepared for the next note, it won't impact what you're doing on a different string. So you can try doing that to make it easier to transition back and forth between the strings. And now I'm also going to do it bowed for you so you can hear it and so you can see it. I'm going to adjust the camera just a little bit to try to give you even more of a view of what I'm doing, specifically with the bow, because you know what the fingers look like now, but I want you to see what the bow is doing. Now, the key to being able to play on the correct string has to do with your arm angle. If I bow an open D, my arm is going a specific way, and I'm angling my arm and my elbow a certain way. So here's D. But to play the A, without hitting another string, as you can see, I have to angle my arm higher. So one of the trickiest parts of this exercise, when you start bowing it, will be making sure that you're putting your arm at the right angle for each of the two strings that you need to use, and being able to go back and forth between that regularly. So I'm going to try it for you now. And if at any point it sounds like I'm playing two notes at once, that's because I'm not angling my arm properly, so I'm hitting two strings at the same time. That's what we want to avoid right now. So here is number 21. Okay, the bow needs a little more rosins. Let me pause the video and do that. The bow is properly rosined, and that's actually a good learning moment for us. As you can see and hear, when I didn't have enough rosin on the bow, it wasn't making the sound that we were looking for. So I put more rosin on my bow, and now it's ready to go. So here's number 21. So as you can see, my arm had to change angles to go back and forth between the D string and the A string a couple times. Work on that over the course of the next week. I would not expect you to have it perfectly down within the next week or week and a half whenever I see you, especially without me being there in person to help you and show you things. But do your best. Use this video as a reference. Continue to practice these three exercises. Make sure you're very solid with those two fingerings. Remember, if you don't have that third sticker, it just goes right next to your finger already. So it's easy to remember. With that said, happy practicing. If you need to get in touch with me to ask me questions, you have Classroom, you have email, you have YouTube comments. I will see them. I might not be able to respond right away. You might have to wait a little bit before I have a chance to get back to you. But I will get back to you as soon as I can. And I hope that you all have a wonderful break, and I will see you next week. Hopefully, my voice will be back to normal. So enjoy your breaks. Happy practicing. See you next week.